All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my girl, Chella H.
It's your girl, Chella H, Big H. Chella.
Man, listen, and so Den of Kings, you know that podcast that Kirk Franklin has, right? He recently did one really based on mental health for World Mental Health Day. And he had Ray J, Kev on stage, Dr. J Barnett, Jonathan Majors, and NLE Choppa on the episode.
Right.
And so a lot of things were discussed here. NLE Choppa is the youngest, clearly, out of all of them. And I want to say there was a lot of conversations, like Ray J at one point says he hates church. People also were saying how they feel like a lot of times they're praying, but their prayers aren't being answered. Here's what NLE Choppa had to say about the Bible.
In Christianity, people praise the Son more than they praise the Father. And that's what I don't like. Because if we are man made in a likeness, Jesus is our brother. Why would I drop down and praise my brother instead of praising my father? And that goes back to honoring your parents.
I just gotta say something. Have you read the Bible?
I read the Bible, I listen to the Bible.
I would say read it again.
All right, now.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. It made me feel like I need to read the Bible.
Me too.
Again as well. Another conversation, there was so much going on here, but at one point Ray J walked off. He said he needed a moment to go and smoke a cigarette. And him and NLE Choppa, it felt like he was trying to tell NLE Choppa, because NLE Choppa is discussing how he's been through a lot of different things, you know, in his life. And he just basically is saying that he feels like sometimes listening to the OGs doesn't always make sense. And Ray J was saying the same thing too. Like, you listen with a grain of salt, right? Well, here is what happened when Ray J walked off, because he's trying to explain to NLE Choppa that there's a difference between life experience from what you've experienced at a young age, but also the amount of time that you've been here. There's certain things that, you know, you learn through time. Here's what happened.
I can only give what man is willing to receive.
That doesn't make any sense. Well,
Yes,
that
does.
doesn't answer the
Break
question.
it down.
Do you feel like your experience in the world that
Yes.
you can give Jonathan some advice?
If he's willing to receive.
That's way out. I need to smoke a cigarette.
What do you think about that, though? Because NLE Choppa is, 22 years old, and him giving Jonathan Majors advice, you know.
Well, I think it's not just about age. I think everybody, of course, the longer you exist, you know more.
Right.
But, you know, some people experience things in younger age that people older them don't yet. You know what I'm saying? So it don't hurt to listen. That don't mean
I don't
you
think it
gotta
hurts to
follow it.
listen. Now, here is Jonathan Majors talking about a time, because the question that Kirk Franklin asked was if any of them had ever contemplated suicide. Here's what Jonathan Majors said.
Have you ever been to that space where you ever thought about suicide as black men?
Yeah, absolutely. I was on suicide watch.
What brought you to that place?
Isolation, right? Ostracism, humiliation, abandonment.
He also said that that Megan Good, his wife, at times would not leave him alone, because I guess she understood that he was really going through some things.
Right.
All right, well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They're flying under the radar, but you definitely need to know about them. One of them is about what's happening with these imported packages that are coming into UPS. Did you know that they can start disposing of these packages, and you may never get your stuff? We'll talk about it. It's Way Up.